go ahead, A19S. Lead on with this topic.
Wow, awesome.
Nice car.
Yeah. What's up, 819? So I'm riding here with Psych Japan today, and we're going to head out to Lake Yamanaka, and on the way we're going to have a few conversations. So, Psych Japan, I've been thinking about getting young people to ride.
Yeah.
Do you think more young people should ride motorcycles?
Absolutely.
I think so too. And when I talk to some of my friends who have motorcycles, I ask them if they would let their kids ride, and they often say no. So how about you? Would you let your kids ride?
Yeah, I actually want to get my boys into riding. I'm thinking of getting like a pocket bike, one of those like tiny bikes.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I think they'd love it.
This summer, but I don't know if we're still not sure if we're going to do that. But yeah, I do want to get them to ride, and I think my wife's supportive. She's like actually looking for like secondhand pocket bikes.
Awesome.
There's like sending me links and stuff. What about this one? What about that one? So
that's awesome. Yeah. No, one of my friends recently, she said she would never let her kids ride because they'd get killed. And I was like, then why do you ride if you feel that motorcycles are that dangerous? I don't understand. Yeah. But I went on a road trip recently with 6 other guys. So with me, it was 7 of us. And they were all on smaller bikes, 110cc, 125cc. And it was an absolute blast.
That's a really fun class of bike to ride too. Under... anything under 250. Well, you know, I don't know if I'm jumping ahead here, but
no, not at all.
Like if we want to get young people to ride, and I think one of the difficult things is insurance. Like if you're under 20, some of the insurance companies won't even insure you.
Yeah,
if you're a teenager.
I wasn't aware of that at all. Like
in Japan, you can get a motorbike license when you're 16, but they won't insure you. So I think that's going to be like a pretty big hurdle.
But if they stay on a lower cc bike, they can get insurance?
Exactly.
Okay.
So like the sweet thing is 125, if you're on a 125 motorbike, and they've got some really cool 125s like that. The KTM 125, Duke 125, that's like a proper bike, right?
Exactly,
The frame is the same as the 390 and all that, but just, you know, upside down forks, good brakes, all that sort of stuff, but it's a 125, and so technically you could ride that, and the annual insurance would only be 8,000 yen.
Wow.
That's like $80 for the full year.
Sure,
and what you do is you get into the family bike insurance plan, and anybody in your family with a license can ride that bike, and it only costs 8,000. It's not per person.
Wow. Yeah, I don't do that much research into that because I'm old enough that I don't need it for myself. So yeah, that's awesome information. Thanks. And
also, you could have like several bikes. Like let's say you have a 50cc scooter, a 125 dirt bike, and you know, another 90cc custom ape or whatever that you're working on, and you could ride all of those
for the same
under the same plan.
Wow, that's cheap.
So for $80, and that's everybody in your family. So I think like realistically, that's what I would do with my boys. I want to get them into riding, and if they did start, they would be riding those bikes, even if they have a license for a bigger one, just to keep costs down, you know, make it affordable.
Well, I think bikes like a Cub and bikes like Monkeys and stuff like that can be had really cheap used. Now Monkeys discontinued. I think this is the last year for it, right? So that really sucks. But I think there's so many of them out in the used market. KTM would be cool, but I don't think parents are going to shell out the money for that. And
it's true.
I don't know how many kids 16 to 18 have money for a new KTM. I think the other part is convincing the parents. So there's another thing I don't know about licensing, and that's in America, if you're under 18, your parents have to co-sign your license. In Japan, is that also?
Actually, I don't know.
Okay.
That's a good question.
So if the parents have to co-sign, I think a lot of them won't. If they don't, kids could go out and get their license on their own if they had the money. But I think generally parents or grandparents shell out for driving school, right? Right. So you would have to convince the parents that it's something that they're willing to pay for, or they should pay for. And then in that respect, I think it would be... I have a lot of ideas why I think it's better. One example is like when we went to Ito. From Sagamiono to Ito, I think cost me about 600 or 700 yen in gasoline, and the one-way train ticket is about 12 or 1300 yen. So the train is double the cost, and parents might argue double the safety because you're sitting in a safe train, but I think the experience of going out for the ride is what makes it fun. Sitting on the train playing with your phone is boring. I don't know. I don't know. And then if the people are going to use it, kids are going to use this in the summertime, teenagers want to start drinking, and I think if they're going to a barbecue or something on a motorcycle, on a scooter, they can't drink. So it prevents people from drinking. I think it keeps people out of trouble in a way.
Yeah.
You have any idea about that? Any comment?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's just healthier.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll keep them out of trouble. Like some naughty kids will still drink.
Yeah. Well,
they'll get out there on their bike and they'll do the things that they're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
But I think in many ways it'll be healthier for them.
Yeah.
Like rather than just
sitting on
being on the games too much, or you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Being inactive.
Absolutely.
Or just being kind of active on social media, but not in real life.
Exactly.
So I think it would help solve some of those problems.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how to convince parents though. I guess if I put it side by side, I would say something like, if you're going to let your kid ride a bicycle, then you should let them ride a smaller motorcycle, like up to 125.
Right.
And my justification or reasoning for that is, when you ride a motorcycle, you at least have a helmet on, and a good parent or a good responsible rider should also have some gear on, right? I shouldn't talk because I'm not wearing any gear today, but
coming from 819S, who is being a total squid today.
Yeah, I'm totally squidding it up, but no, I mean, if you have a protective jacket with a back brace and a chest protector, if you have some riding boots and stuff like that on, if you have a motorcycle accident with gear, or you had a bicycle accident with no gear, I feel like your injuries would be more severe on the bicycle.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So as long as you teach them proper riding techniques, you know, how to handle themselves, as long as they go to driving school and learn the right way to ride, I feel like they'd be safer. When you start getting into the bigger bikes, into 250s and 400s and 600s, there's more temptation to twist the throttle and go a little crazy, and that's when I think people get hurt.
Yeah.
But I think the local city riding, where you're lane splitting and stuff like that, it's really not that life-threateningly dangerous. It's dangerous, and you should give it the respect that it deserves, but you shouldn't fear it.
Yeah. I agree.
If you get your kids to ride, are you going to teach them yourself, or are you going to send them to driving school?
I think I would send them to driving school.
Yeah.
Of course I would go over the safety things, and I would practice with them.
Yeah.
But like initially, oh, there's a campground down there.
Oh, yeah.
Down there. Anyways, I would teach them, or like I'm thinking of getting a pocket bike or something small. Yeah. I would already start teaching them the basics of you know,
you're gonna teach them
how it works in counter steering, and you know, eventually, you know, when they get to traveling that's fast, but you know, initially it's just going to be look where you want to go, and you know, kind of stuff, and throttle control and braking and
stuff like that,
but
you teach them at gap?
Yeah,
all the gear all the time?
I think I would start them off on grass and with what gear I have, you know.
Okay, yeah.
I've got a helmet and gloves, and I do have actually pads for them as well. So
I think with a pocket bike at such low speeds, if they have knee pads and elbow pads for a bicycle or for skateboard or something, they can probably wear those and get away with it.
For sure.
They're not going down a main road like this, so
no. And they're like Shogatsu. They're still in elementary school.
Exactly.
So it's gonna be, you know, at their level.
Bending the law is okay sometimes, but teaching an elementary school student to ride a motorcycle down the street is not a good lesson. Yeah. No, I feel you.
If my kid, like if they were doing a lot of dirt track days or whatever already before even getting their license, then I would say, okay, sure, why don't you, if you want to try ippatsu, going for your license without paying for the course, you know, go ahead, go practice a bit and then give it a try. Right? So it depends though, but if they don't have that, and if I don't have the time to teach them or go practice with them in a parking lot, I would just tell them to go take the course, because the instructors are good and they're very thorough, and they They do a good job with, you know, teaching you the technique.
Yeah.
But, you know, I enjoy teaching as well, and so I feel like I'd want to do that if I had the time and the means to.
Yeah.
You know? So, I don't know. We're not there yet.
Exactly. Yeah.
But, we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, the image thing is, I think, the other problem that motorcycles have in general. Like, I think we joked before off camera, you meet the nicest people on a Honda, and I understand that commercial came about because at that time it was like Harley Davidsons were the thing in America, right? And it was like the bad boy image, wearing black leather and kind of Hells Angels and motorcycle gangs and stuff like that, and they were really trying to set the image that no, motorcycles are for normal, nice people too. It's not only for these, you know, Hells Angels guys. And I feel like Japan has a similar problem with like Osozoku and Chimpira, and like motorcycles are for the bad kids, not for the good kids.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's any way to change that image.
Yeah, that's definitely an image thing that needs work.
Yeah.
But I don't know now though. I think kids are just not so interested in cars and bikes anymore.
Yeah.
A lot of kids aren't.
Yeah.
Like in the country, even like before, it was like the Inaka kids who would still be, and still are, a bit more into cars and bikes.
Yeah, because they
than
need
the city
it.
kids.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. For one, everybody out there needs a license as soon as they start working, or even doing baito. They need a scooter to get to work.
Exactly.
Whereas in the city, you just get on the train, and then while you're on the train, just play with your phone and, you know, gadgets and whatnot. And that's kind of the thing.
That's what really sparked this idea in my mind, is that we should get younger people back into motorcycles. Is that I watch my niece and nephew, and they're elementary school students too. My nephew especially, like, his mind goes crazy for games, and I fear the day when he will commute by train without his parents there, because I'm sure he'll be on a DS or a smartphone the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's not bad. I'm not anti-game or something like that, but man, look around you. The world is beautiful.
Yeah.
I feel disappointed in the young generation, and possibly even in our generations, because we're the ones creating all these games and smartphones, and a lot of the parents are teaching the kids bad things because the parents are constantly on Facebook and constantly on Instagram. It's like, get out and show your kids the world, because there's a wonderful world out there.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm 100% in agreement with this rant.
Yeah, and
that's what I do with my kids. I want them to get out and do stuff. So like I try to take them out camping or outdoors and do outdoorsy stuff as much as possible.
Yeah. Just go out there and see the world, and to get excited and interested in things that are out there.
Also, another benefit of getting the kids into bikes is, like, you know, they'll be so into getting mods and parts for their bikes that they won't have money for drugs. They'll be putting money towards something that's I don't know. It won't be I don't know.
No, I know what you mean though. I do know what you mean. They won't be wasting their money on nonsense things. They'll be wasting their money on experiences. Wasting is not the right word. Yeah. They won't be wasting their money on worthless things. They'll be spending their money to gain experiences.
Yeah. Well, especially if you're spending your money for gas, getting out and exploring new places. It'll be an experiential purchase.
Exactly.
That will become part of you.
Yep.
And I'm all about that these days. Like, it's all about experiences versus possessions.
Exactly.
I'm so, you know, like, I could own a more expensive bike.
Yeah.
But it would be a lot more expensive to maintain and fill up and all that sort of stuff. Or I could ride this bike and just have that many more experiences, and that for me is just way better.
Yeah. Well, the only other thing I think that might be able to convince people is if the Big Four started to do like experience day or something like that, where they had like a whole bunch of 50cc's lined up, and they invite teenage kids and their parents out.
Yeah, yeah.
And they, you know, they walk the parents through, you know, with the helmet, with the proper protectors, with gloves. The kids are reasonably safe as long as they are not doing anything insane. If they're trying to jump curbs, if they're trying to speed, if they're doing dangerous things, then the risk of getting hurt is of course higher. But if they're, you know, if they're riding as safe as they possibly can, the risk of death is really low, and the risk of big injury, I feel, is pretty low.
Yeah. You know, actually, that's a really good idea. They do something similar for Ogata license.
Really?
Guys who want to get an Ogata license. And I'm thinking about signing up just for fun, because what they do is they rent out a circuit, and they will have a bunch of Ogata bikes, and you sign up for the day. It's like 2,000 yen or something, really affordable. And you don't need an Ogata license.
Sure,
you don't need a big bike license. Because it's a circuit. And you just have a normal bike license, bring your own gear, or you can borrow some gear there, and then they'll let you ride the Ogata bikes.
Wow.
And you get to try it out and see. And it's actually sponsored by, I think, Red Baron or one of the motorbike shops, and they do it in different areas. Like they do Kanto, they do Tohoku areas, and a couple times throughout the year.
I didn't know that. Is that if you have Ogata and you just want to ride another bike, like for another experience, you can do that?
I think so, yeah, you could do that. So, but basically, it's to the bike shop's benefit. Because they want more people to get Ogata licenses and to buy their bikes. So. And it's limited, so you have to sign up quick.
And shops like Red Baron, they sell every manufacturer. So it's not manufacturer specific.
It's not done by the big four. It's done by a bike shop, and I think more bike shops should do that.
I think so. If you guys are watching this video and you have any ideas about how to get younger people into riding, leave something down in the comments below. Let us know what you think. And this is 819S and Psych Japan. We're out.
See you next time.
Ride safe. Alright, I think that's pretty good. That's a video.
Yeah.
I need to stand up for a minute. I'm getting sweaty and